Happy Friday, everybody. We're
Happy
back
Friday.
with your regularly scheduled champion review. It's been a minute.
Yes. Well, we finished the champion review. We did the draft.
Right.
And then we went ahead and answered all those draft questions in the one of the previous episodes. So we don't have any Q&A or any poll results to read off for you guys. So it's going to be pretty much right into this thing here. What do we got today?
Yeah, we got Singed and Zilean spoilers. This may be a very short episode. Not much has changed for Singed, at least. Just kind of looking at what's coming up anyways for champion-wise. I was thinking maybe, do we do every 20? Should we do a draft?
That's a
Or
good
30?
question. That's
do
a
a
good
little
question.
bit more.
We'll have to, maybe we need to ask and see what you guys are looking for.
Fuck it. That can be our question or like our poll. Like, do you guys want us to do a draft battle every? I mean, we don't need to do 20 anymore because
That was
every
the
champion
first one,
now is released not all at the same time.
Right. There's a few released at a time, and then it goes to one at a time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it may be, I don't know, every 30 or 40. There's a lot of fucking champions. If we do it every 20, I feel like we're gonna be doing that a lot.
So I'd say the poll is: would you guys want us to do more draft battles every so often? And then for the question, maybe write in like how many champions? Like, do you want us to do like go through 40?
Yeah,
and
how
then do
often?
it?
How often do you guys want us
30?
to do them?
Yeah, let us know for that. So that'll be
Cool.
easy. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, episode's over, guys. Normally we don't come up with the question or the poll until
I
the
know.
end. But,
Check us out. Having at the beginning, dude. It's because we have nothing else to ask or to go over in terms of asking. So
Yep.
you guys get it first this time. We're on top of the ball. But
Yes,
I guess
sir.
without further ado, we can get right into old Zilly, the old grandpa.
Yep. All right. So 2009. April 18th, 2009.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Considered a specialist.
What
Whatever
the
the fuck that
Hold on.
means.
Champions that do not fit into the neat little boxes of the other classes and represents Riot's ideal of having champion roster with a lot of distinct. Okay. So
Okay.
it's not just a support, even though it says legacy. What is legacy?
I have no idea.
2006. I don't know. I don't like
means.
to read. I can't read.
Wait,
but-
I don't even know where you saw that, but that's okay.
It's just under his where it says like the Chrono Keeper and it has release date, last changed class, and then it says legacy, which is something that happened in 2016. I don't know. Doesn't fucking matter. Zilean's a support he's a support no matter where he's played. Okay?
Yeah.
He's a supportive champion.
Yep, even if he's in the mid lane, Bjergsen, he's still a supportive base champion. That was like back when they played Lulu mid. Same thing.
Right.
Yeah, this guy is in desperate need of a VGU upgrade. He doesn't have pizza feet, but he's got like square fingers, dude. And
Hold on, let's zoom in. I'm looking at the 3D model here.
Zoom into.
He's got some toes on him, bruh. Hold on.
He does have some toes.
You see that big toe, and then he definitely needs some upgraded feet.
He just needs some, a nice little upgraded look. They did all of his splash arts and stuff a few years ago. It made him look a lot better in that regard, but he needs some upgrades, just like visually. I don't think his kit needs really anything. His kit, I think, is fine.
Okay, this is gonna be a weird question because obviously, does Zilean have like some of the worst splash arts just based on like how he looks?
Dude, his main splash art's literally the only good one that exists. I like the Shurima Desert. I like the clock on the back, like the sundial. Time Machine is and Blood Moon's kind of cool. The Sugar Rush one is disgusting. Whatever he's doing with his fucking lips there, dude, I don't know. It's
shit,
goddamn disgusting.
Jesus.
There's
some pretty ugly splash arts.
It really is. It really is. But the original splash art is actually totally fine. I think it looks cool. It's like obviously by far and large the best looking one, which is sad. They should have fixed the rest of them to be better. But I don't know. I guess we'll get there eventually.
Holy shit. Wait, go to past versions and look at the China splash art, the original. That looks insane.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. What the hell?
I think that's where they got the idea for the latest one. But yeah, he looks like, yeah, like his gloves there, the little shoulder pad with the clock on it. Way better. Way better. But, you know, here we are. His original splash art was pretty disgusting. And his original Old Saint Zilean one was a little more disgusting than normal. But his groovy one looks kind of about the same, honestly.
All right, so you want to start with, we'll go back and forth, start with his old abilities and compare him to his newer ones.
Sure.
What is this? Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is the only other previous ability with the description is Time Twister.
Time Twister. So
Now,
like
is
Time Wizard.
I was thinking my favorite Helen Hunt movie.
Oh, okay. Is that
Twister.
one too?
It says upon activation, Zilean deals damage in the target area, stunning enemies hit for 1 second every 2.5 seconds. That sounds kind of OP.
Oh, it must be like a toggle.
Damaging the target area. So he just like sets something on the ground that
Maybe. Or maybe that,
Huh.
yeah. Yeah.
very
Kind of
odd.
gross. Kind of gross. He doesn't have that. It also shows Chrono Blast, Mind Twist, and Time Stop, which he no longer has. And I don't know if he was ever... I'd have to go back and see what those were. See if I can find maybe an old video to see what those were. And then there was Heightened Learning, and there was a second form of Heightened Learning. I don't...
Yeah, they don't even.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But his old passive originally, Heightened Learning, was as basic as it gets, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Zilean and his allies, this is within a range of 1500 range.
That's pretty big.
Zilean and his allies grant 8% bonus XP from all sources. I don't think it means to say grant. I think it means to say gains 8% bonus experience from all sources.
Yeah.
So that was actually rather important. I don't know that the jungler existed yet in the time that he was released. I don't think there was really a jungler yet. However, it becomes important when junglers are introduced. Here's a champion that gives you an extra 8% bonus XP, which
Yeah,
a
imagine
long time ago, jungle XP used to mean something.
1500 range is nuts. So imagine
Yeah.
like Zilean just chilling in Tribush, and like your jungler's doing Krugs or Gromp, depending, or whatever. It was the Ghoul. It was a ghost back then, right?
Yeah.
Depending on what side of the map you were, you're just chilling there. You get free XP.
Yep.
That's fucking OP, dude.
You get XP, he gets XP, you all get XP, and you're out of XP range to sap XP from the camp too, which is what's pretty broken about it. Because for those of you
Right.
that don't know,
Oh god, here we go.
before the
Boomer time.
jungle item changed, you used to not get bonus XP from jungle monsters, so it was important that you had to actually kill them, and that your team was not around you when you did that, because
Worked
it would
like lane
affect...
minions.
Exactly, it would actually take away from you. When Riot realized that was kind of a shitty way to play the game, they decided to come up with the jungle items that meant only you get the XP upon killing the camp.
That was fairly recent. Like, I
It
mean,
is fairly
maybe like
recent.
a couple years ago. But like, I just remember all the pro games where double jungling was a thing,
Yep.
and they'd share XP. Like that was the meta.
Yep.
Maybe that was like 2015. Maybe that's 7 years ago. I don't know what fucking.
I know
year
it seems recent. I think that was whatever year that they released those new jungle. They got rid of the Feral Flare and the Wriggles Lantern, and they released the new
Right.
ones with
Okay,
the
so
Poacher's
maybe that
Knife.
was. Oh my god,
Was that 16? Maybe that was 16.
it had to have been then.
Yeah. It
That's
seems
wild.
it seems more recent than that though. But yeah, I think that's when they did that. So my point is, this was pretty fucking broken. And even after they released those items, Jungle XP was still very important until last season, where they changed how it works with Smite. Because it used to matter that you had a higher level than the other jungler, you had a stronger Smite, which still made Zilean actually good with his new passive. How about you tell us what the new passive is?
Yeah, so his current passive is he generates an amount of experience from 2 to 12 based on level. And this does not count towards his own level up every 5 seconds. And it's called Time in a Bottle. Time in a Bottle is on a cooldown when the game starts and becomes disabled when Zilean reaches level 18.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't really fully know how this works, so reading this is actually going to be interesting because I don't know. When the amount stored is enough to level up an ally champion, and Zilean has been out of combat with enemy champions and turrets in the last 10 seconds, he can select target allied to initiate a 1.2-second channel, which starts after a half-second cast time, and is also interrupted if Zilean enters combat with enemy champions or turrets. If the champion is interrupted, time in a bottle goes on 10-second cooldown, reduced by 1 second if Zilean interrupted himself. I feel like there's way too many words in there that don't need to.
So it works like this. Your friendly champions have a pale yellow circle, almost gray, that's underneath them, and there's a fill-in area in the middle. So you have a circle, and if you guys are watching, it's really easy to see. But you have a circle. And then in the middle, you have a solid circle that's filling in the area. As their XP grows to the next level, that circle gets wider and wider. Once Zilean can activate his passive and it's not on cooldown, the circle turns yellow, or the sphere turns yellow, and is pretty much complete. And then all you have to do is right-click on them, you give them XP, and you also get the same amount of XP that you gave. So it can actually help you level up as well. It's really good in lane, especially if you're playing with a champion that can all in at like level 2 or level 3. Generally about level 3 because you can get that early level up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just right click on your target champion. Zilean stays in channels while your champion can do whatever. They can enter combat and still get the level up. It doesn't hurt them.
So I guess I didn't realize that it has. So after you give an ally the XP, it goes on cooldown.
It goes on
120 seconds.
Yeah, 2-minute cooldown.
So what is static cooldown? Unaffected by ability haste. Got it. So it's flat. It is just flat. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then it says a successful channel levels up targets and rewards Zilean the same amount. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Zilean has a hidden passive that grants him 1 AP for every enemy Volibear within 800 range of him.
Oh, yeah, the Volibear.
Likewise, Volibear gains 1 armor for every nearby Zilean. Neither Volibear nor Zilean need sight of one another to gain these bonuses. So, if you know there's a Volibear on the map on the enemy team, and all of a sudden you see your AP go up by 1 for no reason, there's a Volibear near you. And same thing if you're Volibear and you have a Zilean on the other side.
I think that has to do with rioters, right?
Yes, I think so.
Some kind of, yeah.
I think so. I didn't even know he had that. That's funny. It's like Vayne. Or that's like Leona dealing less damage to champions that wear sunglasses.
Right. I feel like this one, maybe more people know about this one. I remember. I just remember if you like mouse over, if a Volibear's on one team and a Zilean's on the other team, if you mouse over, it'll say like on Zilean's character, it'll be like, the league is no place for an armored bear or something like that. Like some kind of little like deep, kind of like how it's the Jinx and Vi thing where it's like on the case. It's silly things. I wish they should do more of those because I know they had. I want to say the last one had to have been Senna and Thresh.
Oh yeah, I think
like
so.
The mini games.
That's a good one too. That's a really good one actually because that one actually really affects the game.
I guess that's different than this because it's a little bit more effective. Or like the Kha'Zix Rengar. I don't even know if that's still in the fucking game.
I believe Kha'Zix Rengar is still in the game. Just nobody plays Rengar, so
champions don't get to level 16.
That's also true.
Because they have to be both level 16. Okay.
That's also true.
Okay, so
I think it's similar with Senna Thresh, although I think it's level 13, perhaps, because supports don't get that high of level.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the passive, guys.
Cool. Right, let's go on back to his old Q time bomb.
This skill hasn't changed, I don't think.
Except it's a skill shot now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It used to be a point and click.
I forgot about that.
Yikes. Zilean throws a ticking time bomb to the target unit that detonates after 3 seconds, dealing magic damage to all surrounding enemies. Time bomb detonates immediately if another one attaches itself in the same unit. Okay, so it didn't use to stun.
Yeah, it didn't stun. That's right.
That would have been way too... Dude, it was a fucking point and click.
Point and click, yeah.
That would have been way too OP back then.
Right.
So let's see.
Yeah, I mean, literally the only difference is the fact that you could drop 2 and stun somebody now. That's.
So there might be. It says it reveals them too. Does it? It did. The old one didn't reveal.
No, I don't think so. It would just stay on anybody who went into stealth. I didn't realize it revealed people.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, they got to give it something if it's no longer a point and click. The damage is the same.
The damage is exactly the same.
That's odd. The bomb will attach itself to a unit directly for those who small radius, blah blah blah, revealing them, detonating them. Okay, the bomb detonated stun duration. Okay, yeah. So literally the biggest thing is the stun. Alrighty, moving on. Let's go down to his W, which he had two versions
I
of
guess
his,
so.
or I guess three if you count the live one now. But what is the first W?
First W was called Recall. Weird. Zilean channels temporal energy to reset an ally's ability cooldown.
Oh, an allies.
So he would basically give his W that's rewind. Well, okay, let me read his second W. Active Zilean reduces time bombs, time warps, and chrono shifts cooldowns by 10 seconds each. It no longer reduces chrono shifts cooldowns.
That is what I remember.
That I do remember. It was fucking stupid. So it looks like the first W was, hey, I'm going to reset the cooldown of your ability. Here you go. And I would assume it was their last. Did it say last use ability? It just says an ally's ability cooldown. I would assume it was last
Could you imagine
ability
if
because that would be fucking
it
really
did
hard
to
to figure that
all
out.
fucking abilities?
Right.
Wait, hold on.
That
Look
would
at
be
the
disgusting.
cooldown though. 40 to 20?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. So then they said, okay, that's a dumb skill. Apparently that wasn't working very well because then they went with Rewind, just let him fucking redo his own, which is
makes more
good.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the Chrono Shift, because that was fucking OP.
That was dumb. 10 seconds on Chrono Shift. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Now, it's still called Rewind, and it only resets the time bomb in the time warp by 10 seconds. Everything else is the same. There's nothing else to talk about there. So we'll just keep trucking right along, I think, unless you want to talk about something.
Nope. Nothing. Nope.
Time warp. The first time warp. Active. Zilean bends time around the target champion, slowing enemies for 55% or granting allies bonus movement speed for the same amount. The duration would be 2.5 to 5.5 seconds. So it looks like a flat 55% slow or move speed boost. So yeah.
I had no idea his max rank of the. Okay, so
I didn't realize it ranked on duration. That's actually pretty cool.
looking at it now, I did not know the slow or speed up was that insane.
Oh, it's more insane now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it doesn't. It's only gonna last 2.5 seconds, whereas the other one could scale up to 5.5. But the movement speed goes from 40 to 99%.
Yeah. It also keeps a flat cooldown rate of 15.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The 99% is pretty bad. It's like getting withered, except for you can still attack. But I will say the amount of times I've used it offensively in terms of putting it on enemy champion has been a lot less than the amount of times I've used it, whether offensively or defensively, putting it on my own allied champion. It just is better that way. Like, if I die, I die. But if we both die, then we both, that's worse. But there are times when using it on the enemy champion's pretty gross. You could double bomb them. You could slow them, hit them with the double bomb.
Oh yeah, guarantee that double bomb.
Exactly. It is a non-damage spell, so that is something to keep in mind. Zilean only has one spell that does damage. So
this can apply Airy, right?
I think so, because it's a slow. I think you can apply Airy. All right, no, I don't think you can apply it to an enemy. I think you can only apply it to an ally, which is why a lot of people build Shurelya's, because you get a shield with Airy, and you just get like the double movement speed, and it's pretty fucking disgusting.
All right, moving down to Chrono Shift, which I'm gonna guess this is probably exactly the same. Zilean places a protective time rune on the target ally or himself, lasting 7 seconds. If he takes fatal damage during the time, they are put in stasis for 3 seconds, and then revived, regaining a set amount of health, which is 600 to 1100 plus 200% AP scaling. Woo!
He's not building a whole lot of AP, so the 200% sounds like a lot. It's not that much. He's building utility items or utility. Yeah,
I mean, unless you're playing in mid lane full AP, that's like a full HP.
Even then, he's not building. I mean, mid lane right now, you're building Everfrost, and then.
I mean, if you throw a death cap anywhere in there, you could
throw a death cap, but I don't even know if that's where. I don't know. Yeah, it's yeah, because right now there was a point in time where you built Ludens on him that was pretty gross. But right now you go the Everfrost to help guarantee the double bomb, or it's just an extra stun. Um, and even in a support role, Everfrost is really good on him right now. Better in my opinion than Shirelia's, just because it gives you that extra bit of utility, the little extra tap of damage that Everfrost doesn't do a ton. You build so much other mana regen through other items, and he's a tier champion anyways. You have so much mana that you don't really need to worry about that aspect, which would be a reason to go like Shirelia's or Moonstone. Um, so yeah, I think that the Everfrost build's good because of the AP scaling, but again, he only has two abilities that scale off AP, so it's not that crazy. It's not doing a whole lot to him. It's just allowing him to do more with what he has, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
His current version of that is almost exactly the same. It says Zilean places protective time rune on the target allied champion or himself for 5 seconds. So in the past it was 7 seconds.
Yeah.
If the target takes fatal damage in the duration, they enter resurrection for 3 seconds, during which they're invulnerable, untargetable, and unable to act, and are afterwards healed from 6 to 1100 plus 200% AP.
Interesting.
You will see. Oh, go ahead.
I said interesting. They changed it from stasis to resurrection.
Yeah, I wonder why. That's weird.
What's the difference between
Stasis is stopwatch.
Right. So
Which
did
is
they
weird.
turn?
You would think they would leave it as technically as like a stopwatch because Zilean and time, but
Why would
I
they
don't
do that?
know. Why would they make sense thematically? The thing to note is the old ability had a static cooldown of 180, which is why the W made more sense on reducing it by 10. The new ability has a cooldown that ranks down 120 to 60, ranks 1 through 3. I think the mana cost and the target range is exactly the same. So, again, guys, Zilean didn't have much of a difference.
No, I mean I think he's also fine the way he is. Just give him a VGU. Give him new voice lines too.
Right.
He says like what, 4 things?
Yeah, he doesn't say much. He
Yeah.
says a lot of times, I knew you would do that.
Bitch, no you didn't.
And let's see. Some little notes about Chrono Shift. Obviously, you can't target clones. It takes priority over all other resurrection effects as well as zombie state effects.
Ah.
Chrono Shift does not activate if the target is killed by the Nexus Obelisk, which is the fountain laser. While in resurrection, the target's health regeneration is set to 0. The target's screen will have a white tint, and that's about it.
Oh, I think that makes sense. Like they changed it from stasis because when you're in stasis, you technically can heal. So like think of like Swain
Oh, you're right.
healing
You're
with
right.
Hourglass, you still
Yeah,
recover HP.
that makes sense.
Resurrection, you're at 0, and it just yeah. Okay. Okay.
That makes sense. So that's really it for Zilean, guys.
That's Zildog.
Go look at his nasty ass fucking skins and his nasty in-game model that they really need to update. I don't know why they've taken so long. Like his beard looks like shit. His beard looks actually dumb. A little dingling hanging off his chin. Like, what the fuck is that? But that being said, let's take a quick break. Hit that ad coming at you right now.
All right, Singed, Singed. Season 2 of Arcane. Better see him.
You see more of him.
I hope so.
See more of him, even though he looks a lot different in Arcane than he does in the game. I'm okay with that.
I'm about it. I think. I mean, maybe. Because I know he eventually goes to Noxus, right? He helps Noxus with the Ionian invasion, so he develops weapons for them. I think that's what.
Yeah, he's just another mad scientist, just like Ziggs.
So yeah, Singed. Again, spoilers. Not much has changed with our boy Singed.
No, they've only done a few things, and a lot of them have been done through patches, not really like reworks. The only rework they did,
I'd
was
say,
his, passive, right?
if anything, they're more quality of life changes to him.
Yep. Which is cool because he has such a unique style of play that like he gets to keep that unique style of play. They'd never shied away from his style, and I actually really like that.
So let's go back. His previous abilities, the only difference was his passive Empowered Bulwark, which was he gained 25% maximum mana or he gains a bonus health based on his 25% of his max mana
Yes.
as health. So that's I like that. I mean, that was very simple, but I mean, it made him really fucking tanky. Give him a lot of fucking HP.
That's when you would build him as like a full-on mega tank too. Like you don't build damage, you just build mega tank. Your frozen hearts and
I think you just because back in the day, Rylai's worked with, or excuse me, Rylai's and Leandry's worked well together because of the slow.
yes.
So
Yep,
that was like
yep.
you build that, tank,
Yep.
run
Yep.
around. You're never gonna die. No one's gonna catch you.
Exactly. Take Ghost, go sprinting around the whole fucking map like a
I've
weirdo
never
on
been
crack.
good at proxying because this is like he's like the
Same.
king of proxying. It's like
He does very well on like you can't catch me, or if you are gonna catch me, you're gonna have to denote a lot of resources to kill me, which means my team can use our resources on the other side of the map, and you're not gonna stop me.
yeah, just
I
wasting
think there
time.
was a, I think there was a point in time where you would build Zerat on him,
Oh yeah.
and banner a command, and it was just fucking disgusting. Like, cool, you have to come deal with him. You have to, otherwise he just wins the game. He puts a Zerat behind your turret. You have to come deal with that, otherwise you don't get any minions, and he has a relentless assault on your turret. Even if you kill him, he just comes right back and does the same shit. So he is just one of those champions that's annoying to play against, but no one really plays him anymore in top lane unless your name's Serchez, and even then I don't think he plays him that often.
So yeah, that's literally the only difference is his passive, which also got the name changed in Noxious Slipstream. And this, I think this is
Yes, I like this one.
way better. I mean, the other one was
Yes.
not bad, but this is just fits him because he's very slippery and he just runs around. He gets movement speed, 20% bonus movement speed for 2 seconds, which refreshes on subsequent passes and stacks up to 25 times. What? Okay,
Yeah,
I
you'd
did
have to
not.
catch each one, but I don't understand how you're ever gonna stack it to 25 if it's a 10-second cooldown on the target.
Well, it says refreshes on subsequent passes. So
Yes, so if you pass one person, you get it for 2 seconds. You pass another person, then it goes back to 2 seconds. So if you had a half a
got
second
it.
left, it doesn't add; it just refreshes. So instead of
Right.
getting 2.5 seconds, it's just 2 seconds.
I wasn't sure if that meant the
Right,
target, like the cooldown of it, but no,
right.
it's
I
10
just don't know how
second.
you ever stack it 25 times because the cooldown's too fucking long.
They need to increase that 20 to that 2 seconds.
Yeah, they need to figure out how to exactly either that or reduce the
That's
target immunity.
such a ridiculous. Because you can only stack it 9. I mean, if you're in a 5v5 team fight,
Yeah,
you can
nine
get
times.
9 times. That's still a
Be
lot, but that's not even anywhere near
you'd be
25.
running like a motherfucker, but yeah, it's nowhere close, and it would take way too long to reset that shit.
That's
So
very
I don't
odd.
get it. It's very weird. I would maybe see if there's a video of someone actually doing that, and it doesn't have to be a real game, but not just like a practice tool game either. Um,
Yeah,
Other than that, guys, I think we know exactly what he does. He's got the poison trail. That's his big thing. Drop that poison, run around, destroy the minions. You
I
don't really ever have to auto attack.
I think for the mega adhesive, it never it they added the if
The
you
grounding
yeah
and
or the
the
grounding
stun.
for sure, and then the stun if you flip them into them.
Yes,
The grounding that just like effect in general is so fucking OP.
it's so good.
It's so fucking good. Like
I feel like it's OP, but it's not overpowered because there's not a whole lot of champions that have it. Right? There's you get it
cast
with
singed.
miasma and you get it with singed. And is there anybody else that has grounded?
Let's see. Keep talking because I
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anybody else who might have
have.
grounded. But it's cool because you can use that as a way to counter out like an Akali or a Katarina or a LeBlanc. These champions that like to fly around the map and be slippery. You get to use it on them, and then they're like, "Oh shit, I really don't get to move like I thought I could," you know. And that's what makes it strong is a deterrent. And then if you're ever able to get the stun with it, that's pretty fun. It's actually pretty difficult to do too, but It's a kind of like a fun little mini game. Like, oh, let me drop it and see if I can't stun this little idiot under my tower, kill him, and then take his tower by proxying his minions.
I can't find. I want to say there's at least one more grounded.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I click on grounds. Who else has grounds? Oh.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, again, their little quality of life. Oh, they added the grievous wounds to your poison trail while you're in alt.
Yes. Yep. That's relatively new too. It's a few patches ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just getting nerfed into the fucking ground. Also, spoiler, because next week's patch is going to be a fat motherfucker again. The one thing I did see, they are nerfing grievous wounds even more.
Oh, nice.
Why?
That's fun. That's really fun.
I don't get it. Like, sure, okay, so what did they... This was one thing I was reading, like, they took, like, one... Say, I think it's, like, on Bork, they took, like, 1% lifesteal off it, so it went from 8 to 7. And then they dropped the percentage of grievous wounds. It's like, if anything, it's a buff that...
Right.
They took 1% off, but they're taking... Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. There's way too much fucking healing in this game now. I don't know what the fuck...
Oh, the champion that you're thinking of that has a ground is Poppy.
Her W?
I think her W grounds
No,
anybody
you
who's
can flash
dashing.
out of that.
And Tom Kench is also... He grounds himself when he ults. Let me see what Poppy's got on. I'm just going to...
Poppy is only for dashes. You can blink out.
I don't know. It's coded under a ground. I wonder if it just has to do with the fact that it knocks you down out of the air. It puts you on the ground.
I don't think that's right. But
let's see. Nope, they are. They are. So Poppy, just to read that to you, just says creates an aura around herself for 2 seconds, causing all enemies who attempt to dash into or within it to be dealt magic damage, knocked up for a half second if they're successfully interrupted, grounded, and slowed for 25% for 2 seconds.
Okay, but like that's different than Singed.
It doesn't. It's not. Yeah, it is definitely different because
I can flash out.
It's gonna exactly. Yeah, you can flash away. Poppies, you have to hit the steadfast, and then you can't flash after you've hit it for 2 seconds, or dash again or whatever. So it does have a purpose with her, but it's different. She does not putting down like a big old field of shit that's fucking you up.
Right. Well, guys, that's it. That's Singed.
Yeah.
Zildog.
That is Singed. Oh, we didn't go over any of Singed's skins, which actually I rather like. I think his skins are kind of fun.
Give me Riot
obviously,
Squad.
There's Riot Squad with the shield. The Hextech one's pretty cool too. It kind of reminds me of BattleBots. He's got the little blade on his shield and stuff like that. That's a cool one. Obviously, Surfer Singed is a classic. Like, you can't hate on Surfer Singed. It's really fucking good. I like Mad Scientist a lot too. My favorite, I think, though, is Augmented, because that's definitely Bane.
Yeah.
And he just looks really cool in game with that skin too. Let's see. Snow Day is actually really cool too. And then obviously has the Samsung one.
Oh, Black Scourge, dude.
The Plague Doctor, that's a good one too. Yeah,
Black Scourge. Good. Beekeeper is good.
Beekeeper is great, and Resistance is really cool. But I still, Augmented's still my favorite, and I feel like the number one classic skin, if you think of Singed, is Surfer Singed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there any? Oh, his original Chinese artwork's pretty cool too. And so is his Riot Squad. Let's see. Anything else on here that was old looking? Black Scourge is the same. Yeah, no, nothing else. I think that's it.
No, that's it. I'm looking at the list one more time. What do we have next week? We have
Twitch and
Trendy. Twitch and Trendamere. Nice. Okay.
We could do... I don't know how much Twitch has actually changed. Well, no, let's not do Evelyn. I'm like, they were all released on the same day, but let's not do that. Okay. Twitch, Trendamere, and Evelyn were all released on the same day, but yeah, we'll save Evelyn for the following week. So Twitch and Trendamere.
All right. Guys, that's going to do it. Let us know about the draft, what you guys think. As always, have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday to bitch about, or hopefully we can praise something this Monday.
Oh, we'll be able to praise something, I'm sure. I'm positive of it. I'll find something.
We'll find something. Guys, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Be safe, y'all.